Hi Realtors, this is Lindsay Jackson, your Chief Advocacy Officer at SCR. I wanted to provide you a quick end-of-the-year legislative recap today as we come to the close of the first regular session of the 124th General Assembly. You might notice that our recap is coming a little bit later than usual this year, and that's due to the House and the Senate coming in after the May 13th sine die adjournment to take up the state budget, conference reports, and other items that were listed in the sine die resolution. With the interruptions to the past two sessions due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the General Assembly faced many challenges this year handling business from the 2020 session as well as new business from the 2021 session. While the past 2 years have been unlike any others, the legislature was able to tackle many daunting issues, and our realtor priorities were not lost in that mix. To start, let's walk through a few of our key legislative victories from this session. H. 3664, dealing with updated real estate criminal background checks. The law now ensures that the South Carolina Real Estate Commission will have access to the most thorough background and history of an applicant by including Social Security-based checks to accompany the current fingerprint-based background checks. Safety is a top priority for SCR and the Real Estate Commission. The ability to hold money and have access to people's homes is a big responsibility. This law will now provide additional protections for you, your clients, and the industry. Next up is 3770, the South Carolina Emergency Rental Assistance Act. This legislation authorizes the use of $271 million in federal funding for a South Carolina Emergency Rental Assistance Program. The federal funding allocated by the state allows SC Housing to provide funds directly to landlords for eligible households. The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted all of our daily lives in so many ways. This includes families who are struggling to pay their rent and landlords who are shouldering the financial burden of maintaining their rental properties. H. 3770 provides financial relief to landlords and tenants as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to impact our state. Moving on to S. 627, dealing with tax relief for corporations, partnerships, and LLCs. This legislation will allow for deduction of state income on a federal tax return. This change allows for the tax to be paid at the entity level instead of individually, which is subject to the $10,000 SALT cap. This legislation is intended to help small business recover by reducing their federal tax burden. This keeps South Carolina business revenue in South Carolina to help grow and boost the economy. The last bill I'm going to cover today is S. 631, the South Carolina Electronic Notary Public Act. This legislation allows for the electronic notarization of documents to eliminate gaps and provide for a more seamless recording process. Electronic notarization creates a more accessible, streamlined, and verifiable way to have your transactions notarized. E-notarization also preserves the traditional assurances provided by a notary, but with added benefits of better fraud detection. The importance of e-notarization grew exponentially during the COVID-19 pandemic due to the need for additional flexibility in the closing process. This is a critical step in modernizing the sales transaction to provide for increased efficiency and protection for consumers at closing. While we saw some significant victories in spite of all the challenges this session, your SCR Legislative Committee is ready to hit the ground running in order to prepare for the second year of the legislative session. Stay tuned in the coming months as we roll out our 2022 legislative agenda. It is truly an honor to represent you at the State House. I look forward to ensuring that we have a seat at the table, we amplify our realtor voice, and together continue moving the real estate industry forward.